Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Wednesday. It is Delenn, and we are hanging out as usual on the Dadcraft73 server. Today is just a bunch of stuff and things to start. There's always a bazillion different scrolling things I can find to do in theoretical preparation for whichever project is coming up next. So we will probably be getting onto that fairly quickly. I'm just hanging out at the kelp farm because I needed to heal up my tools a little bit, but also I wanted to make sure that we have room for this thing to continue on. So I was just going to grab a box full of the kelp blocks and get them out of the way. Let's see if we can pull a little bit. Yay! Okay. I'm not exactly sure which update seems to have cooperated, but it looks like happy buttons are working. Oh! I see it. Get it. Welcome on in, Raiders. Welcome. Always good to see some fine friends. Thank you very, very much, Tom, for bringing your people in. I appreciate that very much. So, I do want to know what Tom was up to today. And I want to quickly double check to make sure I have not kicked us pretty heavily. No, I think, cross my fingers, we should be alright. I hope, maybe. As a few of you will remember from yesterday, we had a bit of a odd behavior from my bot. I attempted to give it a personality, and it's been struggling with that, so it's freaking out a little bit. But we'll see how it goes. Hopefully today will be better than it was yesterday. So, let's quickly run this box downstairs, and we're just going to check, is there anything else? Yes, there is stuff I want on this floor. So let's pause and do a quick rollback and see what, who I need to say hello to this morning. Oh, wait, let's grab some of these. I was thinking one of the things I was going to start with is finishing up putting together a few more of the individual tree farms on my roof. But not actually anything more than just grow it yourself plots. But hopefully that will help. And then I won't have to worry about thinking, okay, which tree do I move? What do I do? I moved a couple other pieces so that I've got mushrooms around in here now. But then I've even moved one of the mushrooms after I placed it so that I've got another spot. As soon as I get out of here. Tom was terraforming, sniffer egg hunting, and fixed a poppy death loop issue. Ooh. Yeah, those are never ever fun. Not at all. What do we got here? Right, we should be good. Go down. Oops. Could take an opportunity and simply grab a few more golden carrots to restock the lunchbox, but it's not important at the moment. That one. What do we have going on in here? Ooh. That box is actually full. Okay. Well, I guess I'll have to deal with that too. It might be a sooner rather than later item. Maybe we'll be playing today with the farm. That was not originally on the plan, but it works, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. Don't really want to because that is a whole mess of trouble for me. This kelp block. They can just randomly go, I don't know, somewhere in here. That'll work. Alright, so we're going to start on the hall for a minute or two and just pause so I can scroll back and see who all dropped in. So thank you. Good morning properly to Mama Bear. Thank you for being the lead edge of the tide. That really helped. Also, good evening to you as well, Creef. And let's see. We have Tom, as you expected. Thank you for bringing, as expected. Thank you for bringing your raiders in. I appreciate that. And proper good morning to you, Mama Bear. Hello, Wolfen. Always good. Tom Raid. Yep. And Bob Breen says, Tom Raid, good evening. Let's see. answer to the question. Okay, I think we got everybody. Well, let's hope I have something interesting in store. There. All right. Just trying to think out loud, and it's not necessarily working. I spent way too long, stayed up way too late doing pokes and tweaks and whatnot with my bot, and we'll see if its personality is cooperative. So one of the things that we've been working on... Oh, yeah, I guess I should fill the walls. Whoops. One of the things we've been working on is just cleaning out a little bit of clear cutting space so that we can start putting things around the base. I've got a couple of different ideas I wanted to throw out on that one. And then I've got some flat carpet art that's going to be coming as well. So basically that's really what we're up to for the rest of this week, is a lot of clear cutting and flattening. So yeah, that's about the size of it. And our cat brigade continues to grow. So this is what we've got so far, organic. None of these are even accidentally bred with each other. These are just whatever shows up in base. So Crazy Cat Lady is returning. And I would say of no fault of her own, but that's not entirely true. I mean, I don't have to try and tame them when they end up inside the mansion. But yeah, there we are. All right. So I had a plan, and that plan didn't really have a focus. Oops, that's a fish. That's the fish. That's what I want. Start with these two. Let's grab the dirt box just in case. I'm going to need more torches, but that's fine. Okay, so I've got dark oak is outside, so I'm going to skip that. Birch is on the ground, skipping that. Regular oak. I think I've got a spot for those. They tend to give you a lot of saplings, and I have some of them outside, so it's less concerning. Okay, cherry is the one I've got upstairs. Mangrove. Yes, that one needs a bit more work. I don't need that many. You always end up with extra of these, right? And jungle trees. We could always use more jungles, but that's not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just because we need a space for it. Acacia? Oh yeah, definitely need more of that. Okay. I think that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the cherries upstairs. Am I missing one? Feels like I'm missing one. I mean, eventually I'll probably want controlled birch and dark oak, but for the moment I think we're okay without. I also want these. I think that's everything. Maybe, kind of, sort of. All right, let's get to it. Wow, that I was watching a streamer the other day. Was it not streamer? Content creator Michael something. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank at the moment. Right, that was the other thing I was going to do before I left. Anyways, but he's one of those guys. The guy I'm thinking of is one of those content creators who tries to help other streamers. That's really their focus, their jam, if so to speak. And oh yeah, that'll work. And so he always starts his streams with his content with "Let's get to it," and so I get that stuck in my head every time. That will do the trick for a moment. Let's go and get these ones sorted out. So, understandably, I'd like to do that automatically, but as we saw when I tried to play with it before, working with the working with the iron is one thing, but illegal exceptions are back. Dang it! I knew that was going to come back. So, yeah, anyways, I have to deal with the fact that flowers get stuck in the way. That's what I'm trying to get out of my mouth this morning. I will be a little bit more free with the coffee, just after voluntarily staying up too late last night. it's really biting me back this morning in terms of focus. It was actually pretty weird. One of the first times in a very, very long time, I actually could not get my brain to shut up enough that I was able to sleep before I more or less passed out. So, yeah. Not ideal. Not ideal. Won't be spending forever, as I say.
Welcome.
I say we won't be spending forever, then I go and do precisely that. So we'll make this go as quick as we can. And I'm sorry that you missed the landing, guys. It's actually kind of surprising how hard that landing target is to hit. And honestly, if somebody did, I wouldn't know what to do with it. I keep saying, I'll have something special if somebody actually hits the landing, and no one ever has. So I have actually never planned anything, and I wouldn't know what to do. Oh, not gonna work. I need the... There we go. That should, theoretically, be the end of it. All right. I'm a little surprised. I made a slight change to my own client-side mods here, and so I'm just a little bit surprised. I'm actually getting better frame rates than I thought I would. And for a change, my encoder isn't screaming at me, which is kind of a surprise. Because even though I've got a 30 series card of an NVIDIA set, it's usually not this cooperative. So I'm a little bit unsettled by that. We can clear this. Get out of bed. Okay. So then, the easiest way to do this. Options, video. Let's go to, not that one, to resource packs. We're going to fake this. Take it till you make it. Don't really need the water cleared right now. Let me see. Done. And of course, a bit of a visual reload. I don't think that's going to help with the Java language thing, but makes me feel better. It's like I tried something, you know? Even though it's got nothing to do with what really the issue was. Alright, why am I carrying... Right. Roof time, I think. It's in here. Third. $5 hours yesterday to get the corn. Seriously? 5 hours to boil corn oil. How much were you boiling? What method were you using? Not boiling, I guess, but up to temp, because it was beyond boil. Oh. I was gonna say, I wonder why that was. But... Just about to complain about the zombie in the iron farm that I shouldn't be able to hear from up here. The truth is, I can't. But it looks like I just barely noted on the corner of my minimap that there appears to be a zombie on the ledge of the building down below who's got a hat. So that wonderful gentleman will be around for a little while. Oh, I see. You can't... No wonder it took you 5 hours. You can't boil water for like a mug of cocoa or something. I mean, obviously it's not designed for that, but still. I also suppose there's a bit of a safety in terms of not being able to rush things up to temperature and potentially crack the equipment we're working with. Because in some cases that can be a thing, as my son likes to say. Now. Let's put the other set of torches out of here while I'm at it. Put them easily accessible. I'm gonna go take care of the guy downstairs because he's gonna drive me nuts. I'm not quite sure how they get stuck up here. Oh. Okay, fine. Okay, good enough. He's not going to be making gurgly, burbly noises the whole time. That's the key. But it was the corn oil. I was actually going to ask you that and it completely slipped my mind, so thank you for supplying that detail. I will realize very quickly that I had forgotten something, but I'll figure it out when I get up there. We're going to do the roof part first, then we're going to come back down and do some flattening out. South side of the building, I believe. I had a whole bunch of little ideas floating around all at once yesterday, to the point where it didn't actually make sense. Oh. Ha ha ha. Well, that's not going to do anything. Okay, well. I know... Let's go this way. One stack and just take what we need, right? Right. A lot of to and fro, a lot of back and forth. So, Mike, are you aware of what the... I have to find the right word. What are the properties of corn oil that make it the preferred oil over others? Huh. Okay, so clearly this one does not like indoors. Because it does not want to grow in here, even though I thought I went AFK for like a whole 3 hours. That's what I had. Okay, well that works. One of the great things about corn oils, it's not an easy one to get to the flash point, so that works well for some applications. All right, let's just get out here. I want... That will do for now. Got 2 corners, I need 2 more corners. Maybe. Maybe. Build and see what I need. These are the 4s. Whatever space. I can probably get 1 more 4 in here. Start putting in the markers. This isn't actually going to be a 4 by whatever tree when it first grows. Yes. Well, I can imagine the readings would be a little bit crazy. I was thinking when I was referring to boiling it, I meant the boiling point of water, not the boiling point of the oil. Okay. Excuse me. This one on the corner? And let's see. That'll be a scrawny one. That'd be scrawny for a while. Acacia. They don't have a 4x4 one, do they? Let's just see. I want something that's not like a generic western part of the world type tree for the indoors, but apparently this one doesn't like me. So I'm going to experiment with this one. They don't really like the idea of having a mangrove cuts around in here. It makes a bit of a mess. It crowds the room. That was more than enough. Come on, will you actually go? Yes, you will go. Okay, that'll do. It's actually not bad.
Hello
not great,
there.
but not bad. Gives me a bit of shape. Good day, Fantastic Sherlock Fox. I am surprised to see you. How's your morning going so far? Alright, so now we have outdoor ones. Yes, I can imagine that would definitely give inconsistent readings. The things basically the short story being, the things that you were trying to measure do get fairly warm, and so you need to be able to have it in and around, or possibly even, as you say, beyond the water boiling temperature in order to get a consistent reading. Now, for those people who have no clue what I'm on about, so what sorts of things are you trying to... You did tell me yesterday and the day before about the temperatures you're using, but what sort of things are you actually attempting to measure? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a 4x4, so 5 will work, I think. Oh, I'm going to try a 4x4 with the oak, so I do need 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6. Picture of a concrete specimen capping compound. Now the capping compound is the bit that's foreign to me. I'm not entirely sure what that is, but I'm really interested in learning. One of these days I'll learn I should leave a box up here. Although home concrete that we see in our driveways and our foundations and whatever is like it's a mix. It's not an all-around perfect for everything. So I know that different stuff, that's a poor word of it, different versions of concrete have to be used for different needs, or tensile reasons, or water resistance, or I don't know, solar resistance in some cases. But I'm also aware that you probably would have to cap them. But what would you be protecting them from in this case? And if you're testing it at liquid state, do you also have to test it at like post-installation cooled state? I thought I had another one. They're up top. One and that one. Just so we don't have a mob hiding out in here, because that would... I've had that happen. It's not one of those things I would normally think about, but I've had that happen where I've taken out just the shroom lights, forgot about a lot of the rest of this tree thing, and when I did go to take it down, I had mobs inside it and had creepers come down on my head, which was, you know, suboptimal. So sleep on the inside. Now I have 4 corners. Perfect. Just enough to mess up another one. Oh well, it's fine. Let's see, am I missing one? I have a feeling there's a shroom light up on top. We can farm those later. Boing. Make weird noises. Most of the time I like them. Sometimes I think it's just a strange sound. Oh, aha. Now I have... Oh, not good? Yes. The creepers on my head? Totally. Totally was not good. No argument there. I figured I should finish up putting out the tree slots, because I've been talking repeatedly about covering over this roof in trapdoors, and so I figured I should probably, as I said, finish up putting up the trees, because it's kind of hard to measure how much space you're going to need if you don't have all of your placements. That looks kind of corny. It'll be much nicer when it's tall. Okay, this one, that should be enough room for that one. And we need one more, so I'll probably have to make a run for some more jack-o'-lanterns, but we'll do what we can. And this one is not going to be tall, I don't think. I don't think these cherry saplings need tall. Birch doesn't need tall. So these can be 5 by 5. And dark oak does. Okay, so let's make one more 6, and then we can do 2 5 by 5s. I don't think they're going to fit in here, though. 4 or 5. No. So this will be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just to finish it off smoothly. You can hear the sheep in the farm below, which is a little bit disconcerting at times. Ah. I was distracted because C.J.R.V. Williams made a comment answering a question about outdoor gear, but I left him, so. Oh, somebody pinged me in Discord during stream. I wonder if it's important. Yeah, well, it is important, just not interrupting the stream important. Okay. Well, snap decision. This is a 5 by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. And it fits right on the corner. 1. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. A short one, but that's perfect. It'll do. It will do. I'm not quite sure why I'm semi-obsessing about putting it close to the building as well. I mean, I probably should have put it out further. That would have made so much more sense. Me and my indecisiveness. I can make it 6 by 6. I'm using a weird playlist today, and I'm well aware of that. I'm mucking around with a little bit more of more songs from Epidemic Sound via Spotify, but it's a private users playlist of Spotify songs. And I checked probably about a good third of them last night just to make sure they're still in the Epidemic catalog, just because I wasn't entirely sure when the songs were added to the catalog. And I wanted to make sure that I didn't end up using songs I shouldn't, right? That's kind of how it goes. But it's just somebody's mix that they said they regularly update. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. I just needed something a little bit different and slightly less predictable. I very seriously considered, since I was on the computer for a long time last night, to actually just download a bunch of the Epidemic Sound songs. Turns out, according to one measurement, to grab about 20,000 of their songs was going to be about 45 gigs of storage. The problem is, there's an awful lot of music I like, some of it, but there's an awful lot of it I will not use. So what's the point in putting in, like, downloading a bunch of stuff I won't use? And to know which is which, I'd have to listen to every single song. So that seemed like a bit of a losing proposition. But this one on the corner, I guess? Oh no, this is the right, 6 by 6. Okay, it's not this one. This is a 5 by 5, which will be the size. 1, 1, 5. Nope. Can't count. Put that in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I did that one wrong. 2, 6. Did I? No, didn't. I moved the one that was going to be 5 by 5. That's what it was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go. Easiest way to decorate is by having a lazy excuse to actually have your trees just laying around. Right? Okay. I think that's that. So I'm gonna have one more 5 by 5 after this. Let's see. That'll be corner, space, corner, and dirt. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we've got Bert and then the dark oak, right? I think that was what I was talking about. Dark oak would be the farther one because it's 4 by 4, and this would be the close one. Yeah. And I'm still missing mangrove. I'm loath to put mangrove out here because I'm really kind of nervous about what it might do to punch a hole through the roof. On the other hand, it'd be less detrimental out here, I think, than it would be just anywhere else. But I don't know how much space they need, so that's a good question. Need that caffeine in. Because we're on the roof, these would not be bad being green. Has that whole, whatchamacallit vibe? Rooftop garden vibe? No, we're so green, I think I'll keep it brown. We'll see what it takes to be puzzle. Because that just didn't quite work out the way I expected. So mapping just to see what I would be on top of. So if I come out one more to this side with... Now, does anyone happen to know off the top of your head how much space mangrove might insist on having to grow? Cat is outside. I'm ignoring it. Because we all know what happens if I don't. Half a millimeter. That's related to Mike's comment about compression testing on samples. Ooh. I've noticed, for the most part, that our bot is quiet at the moment, which is making me nervous. But that's okay. Name one named mountain in Disney films. Any Disney film. I need more. Let's see. Okay. I need more pumpkin lanterns for the way I lay things out. According to Google, pardon me? What? Our new best friend didn't help? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. 5 by 5 of clear space to grow in. But the maximum occupies 13 by 13. Oof. That's huge. Okay, well, we'll see what we can get for borders for them, because that might not be a bad idea. Okay. Anybody think of an alternate way to light up the chicken? I'm not exactly thrilled. Oops, well, maybe that has to stay. I'm not exactly thrilled with the the lantern feet. It works, but it's not ideal. It's not because I want the lanterns for something else. I just think it looks kind of dopey. I suppose... I could turn it into a melon and pumpkin border. It doesn't have to be pumpkins the entire way around. Ooh, Osmond didn't actually listen. What is his problem? I'm just trying to figure out if I got to set him up. Oh. Huh. Let's see. Edit the trigger. Console commands. Weird. Everybody should be able to talk to him. I wonder if we accidentally put him to sleep. Okay. I have a way around this, so we'll be fine. I'm going to copy this trigger, and we're going to set it up on the other version. Let's paste that trigger. We will disable it here. Okay, so let's try this again. Let's see, mangrove tree. Trigger 3, a mud or dry land to grow with at least one water block nearby. Happy building. I think that last part's a fib, but, you know, games do what games do. But as far as these lanterns go, I could actually make the borders alternating melons and pumpkins. Make it all stripy. Then that would be the green on the roof, right? It'd be weird, but I can't say that what I'm doing as it is isn't weird. Oh, I had another pumpkin in the meantime. Nice. There we go. Let's see how we're doing on the melons front. So one of the things I do get a kick out of, amusingly, every one of these borders that you see in bright orange is all just pumpkin lanterns. As I said, I'm predictable. So it is kind of amusing that when things go dark, let's see if we can get it to close. There we go. Now I get follow me. Move up a little bit. No, not that far. Not this one. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, okay, we can't really see it. It's not doing the whole day-night thing. That stinks. Okay. So, basically it's kind of fun that when the lights are out, so to speak, the melons still just keep, you know, everything just keeps on growing because of the borders. But it is overkill to have every one of them be like that. Right? I really don't need every one to be a lit up lantern. It was one of those, I did it because I could, and it glows nicely, but we really don't need it. You too. This one. So if I've got the burrow there, it's likely we have another neighbor outside. I don't know why. Yep, 2 more. I love that ledge. Here. Why are you stuck on the ledge? Well, that's one where I definitely need retrofitting. Okay, maybe that's something we shall do. The second floor seems to figure it out. The first floor didn't generate with zombie-resistant spots. I thought they were walking up there. I didn't realize they were actually generating that way. In groups, nonetheless. Okay, well. Trouble. That's okay, I suppose. Do you have any more in here? Yeah, just one more. Alright then, I guess I could retrofit this floor if I really wanted to. Where did I put? Oh. So where did I put my bed? Well, everywhere, really. I've got beds on the 2 upper floors, and I'm carrying one. I was missing, so anywhere between a 3x3 and a 13x13 for the mangrove. I actually kind of like the way that looks. Anyway, extraction square. I don't have a whole ton of those corners. Down what I've got. A bit of a rinse and repeat. I'm not entirely sure what that's referring to, Mike, but I think I know. I was looking at that in the logs last night and be like, was that what triggered things to go a little haywire? It wasn't, but I'm pleased. Yes, I do see that. Okay, so I was looking at... This is a 6, right? Like we said. 6. We have a 5. And that's a 5 for the birch. And the more we get over here, the less we're going to be on top of. I think we're on the cat side. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, because it would imply that on the 2nd floor, there's not much in the way. Okay. So if the mangrove breaks through, we don't have a huge issue. And this also works as a good spot, because then I can expand if I need more. So we have corner, space, corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it probably won't do anything of its own accord either, so I'm not expecting that I'm going to disappear and then come back to mangrove seed actually having grown, because like that'll ever happen. Okay. And I'm trying to decide though, do I want to keep it all one color or do I want to go dual striped? Because that's actually kind of appealing now that I think about it. I don't know. Do not know. Inside's probably a safer place to be thinking about that. Here's my argument on the dual stripe. So inside, most of these farms and stuff, if the lighting goes down, we're not too bothered because there's plenty of opportunities to light up in other places, like over windows and walls and whatnot. That's fine. Outside, not as much. Yeah, not as much space to light up outside, so if I get something that makes it dark enough, but then because it's open, actually there's less chance of becoming too dark. So yeah, it's one of the 6 1 dozen of the other moments. I better grab the oak trees and the other stuff, or I'm going to forget entirely. Right? Right. I did not go looking for Electro Swing today, although I will admit I'm not opposed to it in the slightest. Three, 6. That's not so effective. Oh! Or maybe. So if that's the case, am I going to need a fortune axe to pick these up in the future? Probably. Although if I have this many poles, I really probably don't care. 4, 6. 7, 8, 9. What do I need? 8 more? Okay. I say noted in the title of the title of the stream that there's always a million different things to squirrel for. Especially with the brown wool is one that for some reason is not producing all that well. So I need to have a good amount of cocoa beans available to be able to compensate and just dye the white wool. Alright, next up was the project. Yes, that's the verbal part of where I was going. So I think I'm probably going to try and do a statue next. So another 3D format. And the reasoning in behind that is just very basic. It's a character that most people have no clue really who it is. So I figure I might as well show it. Okay, that's that one. Only took 3. I took 1 more, so let's take 3. We have jungle. It's supposed to get taller. And mangrove got there, cherry got upstairs, and birch. There's only 1. Should be everything, I think. He added a scant's, not really sure. Melons. Block. Well, I guess I could alternate with anything I wanted, really. Not much goes with orange, is kind of the problem. Not much that takes a bit to chop. Thinking. Look, whoa. No, that wouldn't do it. Other than glowstone, we don't really have much in the way of blocks. Well, I guess redstone maybe. That doesn't get rid of mobs. I was thinking in the way of blocks that need a pick to pick up. Where I'm going with this is sometimes it's nice to have a type of block around the edge of something that takes a different kind of tool to pick up so that I can't accidentally knock it out. But okay, we've almost blown the first hour, so let's go back upstairs and finish this off. See if there's any more of pumpkins. Otherwise, go out and, excuse me, possibly melonize the place. And really, who needs it to be an eyesore? I do, but I'm not everybody. Did I get them all? I did. That bit of the song? There we go. Nice. Okay, it's over. I like the song overall, but that bit at the end, Fox knows that there are some songs that just have a piece of them, or an element of them, that there's a certain range, and I wish I could figure out exactly what tones it is, that Alright. Don't tell it can't do something. It's like you dared it. What was I looking for? This was... It's tall. So if it's... Dark oaks don't get as tall as crazy regular oaks, I think. Let's try putting the dark oak on this one. They do get wide, though. Do I want wider or taller? Jungle's going to be insane, and this one's going to be insane. That's too close, actually. The jungle in here. One, two, 2, 3. This one will be the spruce, because it's liable to get a little bit taller. Oh, come on. What did I want? Spruce? Spruce! That's the one I didn't bring. This will be my reminder piece. Got 1, 2, there. I guess it doesn't really matter if these get wide. Two, 3, 4. That one should grow. That was the birch. 2, birch. It's on this side just because it casts light. Fortune 3, sure. Just to make a break. We've got enough now. Yay! Two, 3. And I got a 4th one out of this. I'm gonna bet no. Really? Oh, whoops. Jungle trees are stingy, indeed. Yep, not a 1. That's okay. One. Here it is. 2, 3, 4, and I know it won't grow to join that one. I'm still surprised this hasn't done anything at all. These ones take forever, and I'm wondering what I did to miss the point. Okay. Oh, haha. You grew on this side. That wasn't what I expected. So it's going to go outside of the tray. I guess it's a good thing I gave you a lot of space, isn't it? Alright. 5 by 5. Why not? Because of the way it spreads. can have that much. Don't go too big. Now you look like you're huge. That's not what I want. There. That looks better. Okay, now I need to cover in the edge of that to make me happy. And then I was gonna say then we're out of here, but you know me, I can't promise anything. And that is huge. Alrighty then. Less than optimal. Not particularly. I kind of like the way they space a little bit. So that's part of why I was looking at it, spacing them out. So if I don't want them to touch, maybe I should put the two oaks. Oh, no, actually that's a bad idea. If I put the two oaks side by side, they definitely will have problems with the way that they connect, and despawn becomes an issue. So let's just leave it. That's not bad. You know, and it doesn't, at the moment, this one doesn't prevent the birch sapling from growing. It's also possible this one maybe, next future ones may be more contained once I have neighboring trees. Okay. Something? Last couple of days I've been having some really weird noises. What I mean by that is that sound I just had reminds me of doors or call it. Nice. Right? I'm on the roof. So I'm not entirely sure what made that sound. Ah! If you are right, then we need to do some work. I hope not, but you're probably right. I don't need 64 pieces. These things will... The wood is decorative for this particular second, so I'm just going to put this back and let it do its thing. I love this little trick. You know, as long as I don't have more than 5 stacks of bone meal, then it just puts itself away. It's kind of nice. Alright. Etc. This one, that one, single, oops, not spruce, single. There. Still on the fence about the melons. Relevant, but yeah. For sure and for certain. Another thing I need while I'm here. Actually, let's keep jungle. What do we need? 4? I think for a good one. Mangrove. I think we really only need 1, and I saw some useful ones up top. So I'm going to leave those. Cherry, we get a bazillion saplings when it actually happens. Orphan Crimson. What did I do wrong here? Something? Oh, I know. They have 2 different places where those are. That's the problem. This one. Oh, those are my seeds. They have to stay not here. Vines. Start backfilling this row. That one I think needs 1 seed out of each. I mean, it will come with the trees, but these twisting ones seem not to. Most of the time. So let's push back that way. And these need at least 1. I like to have a spare for safety mushroom purposes. What I'm looking to do, I'll put the other 2 back. What I'm looking to do is I'm going to throw a shulker up there, or a chest, doesn't really matter which, and just make it be the sapling box. Stuff that's coming up there, but I've got enough trees that should produce saplings. Because a lot of these other ones are good at it. Acacia's not always, so I'll leave a spare just in case. Those. Spruce is pretty good at it, as we saw. Okay, so I think I've got enough left that if something went sideways, I have to get more out of the cherry for sure. But if something went sideways, I think I can get the rest. Sure, no problem. No problem, Mama Bear. I will put 1 in your box. Let me just write it down, because I will forget. What's this? The only comment in the book that should be about... Yeah. I have a coil-bound notebook I use for notes that I keep meaning to transfer my random little stuff from the loose papers into the coil notebook. But I flipped open the one I was going to use for the Java stuff, and it actually is talking about my GPS. So yeah, there's an ADHD moment for you. Notes that have nothing to do with what you're working on, showing up in places that have things to do with what you're working on. Where did I put... Oh, there it is. Absolutely nothing. Call it concrete payment. And truth be told, I got it from Zerk. So if something goes sideways, that was my... he was my dealer, so you can go talk to the dealer direct if you want. But no, let's see. Fine. Which is this? Vines for Mama. 2 M's. There. And is it just the warped one? You've helped me with so many other things, from nether wart items to concrete stuff. You have yeah, you and me both. I don't know what it is that generates the blue. I mean, other than cloning it. I'm not sure what gets it to start. And I needed, what did I say? I could do a shulker, but really, I think I'm just going to do a chest. Put a gazillion of them, so I might as well do a double. Just because once things up there start producing lots, we are in loads trouble. Okay. Got a weird thing. Oh, Mama Bear, did you ever manage to get the pieces you needed to be able to do a conduit? Just like, hey, worst case scenario. I wonder if I could actually grow that one. I don't know. That's just in the wrong place. Okay, minor heart attack. Okay. All but the heart of the sea. Yeah. Well, I was thinking when I drop off the vine, I will also drop off my conduit piece. And then we can sort it out at some point when I ever need it again, because I really don't have any more water plans for a while. We talked about a boat on the river for Lucy in the Sky, but actually, I read back through the logs. This is what happens when you're tired. And what I saw about the rest of Osmond's comment that echoed Sherlock Fox, about having like a set of stairs that go up to the writing. I don't know why I didn't. I don't know. Anyways, but the bot came up with something creative. Yes, creative. So I might actually take its suggestion, and in which case we should be let's do the roof before I get too squirrely. But I say, in which case we should be heading down to the basement to look for diamonds and or a decent diamond substitute. Before I get too far, am I forgetting something? Saplings wise, I don't think so. Yes, what I can easily do is drop the conduit in your box. And you said you've got the prismarine for it as well? Okay, good. I squirreled away enough of the supplies that I could rebuild the one I was using with the triple circle or triple rings. But you're welcome to the conduit itself. And then yeah, it's going to be a while till I need it again. Like, that was the first time I'd ever really needed a conduit. And as we saw, when I'm not digging, I'm just doing the build part, the helmet works fairly well. Although I almost sold my turtle helmet, or sold isn't the right word. Gave it away is probably more accurate. I didn't, but I almost did, because I didn't see a whole lot of, by the time you have a netherite helmet, I didn't see a whole lot of advantage to the extra maybe 10 seconds of the turtle helmet. That's just a personal taste thing, I suppose. As I said, I mean, I didn't need to surface all that much for the, but except for the allies, which, of course, 10 seconds here or there isn't going to make a whole lot of difference. I keep saying that I should. Cheeky for a second. What do we have? Okay, good. I didn't. Oh, I was gonna say I didn't miss any, but I did. But that just gives me a single light to work with, a third one for one of them. Okay, we'll deal with that later, or in a moment or something. This one and go there. That did what I expected, and there's the podzol. Yep. Ew. Ew. Sorry. I didn't like that it could jump this far. On the other hand, at least it's with a dark oak. I would be kind of annoyed if it was underneath the cherry, because this color and the cherry just, they don't go together. It's like, I don't know, cat food under a feather duster? Oh, I guess those will grow into each other. Okay, well. Now I know. One of those moments. Ooh, I forgot that I had Silk Touch on the shovel. Okay, we'll put that in the mushroom room. Yeah, there you go. Glenn's crazy references. And ridiculous names for things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Can we count? I can only count to 5. No, actually, that's not true. I counted to 7 for the tree. Then I can continue to count to 7. I think. Okay. My backups. And a chest of wonders. No, a chest of just in cases. And I will not put it too close to the building because the overhangs will cause problems. I don't know. Here. Which way are we going? I'm going to be probably standing this way. Let's just throw it right down there, I guess. Oddly enough, that bugs me. Move. There we go. Okay. So spares. That also, by being a chest, means it's easier for me to chuck things inside of it. Okay. I keep looking at it. Do we do go or no go on the melons? I'm not particularly sure. This is spare. They spare. It's in a good location. Yeah. really, it is one of those. Try it and see if you like it. Exactly. So let's have a nap. Sleep on it. And we're short the mushroom lights anyways for a lot of the corners. We've talked about how I'm easily amused, and I was certainly easily amused there by the fact that when we went for break, I drank some coffee. So in the game you go to sleep the night away, and in real life I was adding more liquid stimulant. That's gaming for you. All right. So basically, here's where we had the mushroom before, and I went with the red one because I thought we could see it a little bit from time to time out here. And this one just looks like a pole half the time, right? So nothing super exciting about that one, which is part of why I stuck it around the corner. I do still wish we could get the cherry to be inside. It's possible, I just didn't pour enough of the bone meal into it. I don't know. You're outside. You can stay out there. Enjoy your litter box. Okay. Yes, I heard that, cat. I paused. I'm like, is he inside or outside? There we go. One fat stubby tree. All right. Okay, around the mangrove actually be probably a good place to try this. So let's see. If I do the corners as the mushroom light still, then here, there, and there. Here. There, and there. It seems to be I was going to be flattening out the space, and I got way squirreled into enjoying working on stuff on the roof, which is not useful, as Phoenix, Nevada put it. And now I can't even remember what I was going to say. Probably wasn't important. Something about building. Building, comment here, something like that. I don't know. I said something and then they had a conversation with me about it, and now I can't. I had that thought and it left. Yeah, it's been one of those days. Which means I better get a good sleep tonight and may even have a nap, but I don't know. Because tomorrow I need to be really on my game. Fantastic Show Fox has meetings, and that's the day I need to ensure that I pack for my camp coming up this weekend. Otherwise, we won't be able to have a LEGO stream on Friday. So, being as that is something I would like to... Being as that is something I would like to do, to have a LEGO stream on Friday, then I should really make sure I'm on top of my game tomorrow. That's going to be a long, dopamine-draining day. Huh. I don't know if I like the stripey style. It looks kind of dopey from above. On the other hand, gives me ideas. So now my brain wants to know, okay, well, if I swapped out the mushroom lights, just did mushroom lights with the orange, and then maybe on some of the other ones, like this, where I don't have enough around, what if I... would I have enough lighting, I guess is the question. Because it's all... Oh, no, actually, these are 1, 2, 3. Of course, I picked the exception. In the 5x5s, I could have it all being green down the side. And then I would have enough lighting if I did frog lights on the corners, like the green frog lights. Color coordinated frog lights. There. Right? And then we've got some interest in that one. Just for something a little different. So yeah, I could squirrel on that one and deliver vines and such, maybe? I don't know. Color coordinated, absolutely. So let's see. So this one would not be melons because well, okay, I can't put that there. Yeah, I'm not entirely thrilled by this. And if I put melons here... Whoa! Okay, well, that's the beet farm. It looks very Christmassy. I mean, that's not necessarily a problem. And now I've got my brain going on making everyone a different color with different products. I mean, I guess I could do it with, like, I don't know, cactus? No. Do we have... I don't think we have anything in a purple lighting category. Purple lighting would be, would possibly be able to go well with purple blocks. Anyway. I mean, I could make them all match, maybe, then this one would be green. Or maybe it could be, I don't know, cyan terracotta possibly with, let me think on this. Sea lanterns, maybe. Or even, actually, being really lame about it, and inexpensive, it could be sea lanterns in concert with, what was it? In concert with, you just take the wood and you have the strip for logs. Well, where did it go? I did not stand there for 5 minutes. Come on. Oh. Duh. There. So yes, Squirrel City, because I told myself this season, originally, that things were going to be exclusively functional for farms, aside from just being like all in one place, so that I could actually get working on the builds. And I kind of don't need to finish that sentence. But yeah, the stripy one, not so much. Really, the big key is the lighting, actually, because I could... Trees, actually. I could surround the intended one, intended farm, with blocks or wood of the type that I'm farming in it. That doesn't do anything for the lighting, it's a problem. Just gotta see what this one is. Need a friend. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Sorry, that's what the name of the song is about. Squirrel. Most productive way of doing things. No. Go up one. Now I can see the roof. Sort of. Thinks I'm... I need to be outside. Oh. Let's see. Geek Out says 2 television shows based on classic fairy tales. We need 2 of them. Oh. Was there a Fairy Tale High? That's kids of fairy tales. No, that's villains. I don't remember what that one's called. And then I think there was an enchanted one that eventually became a movie, but I think it was a TV series first? I can't remember. My mother watched a bunch of it, and I never really got into it. Okay, so if I zoom in, yeah, this one looks like it wants to be twice the width. Then again, an acacia tree would do the same thing. However, that melons, the more I see it, the more I don't like it in stripe format. The frog lights are really growing on me. So let's see. Yeah, there'd be cyan something over here. Possibly, I think just the warp logs would do the trick, make everything just match. And then it's an easy key reminder, even if I chopped all the trees down, what goes where. It does make some of them look a little bland, though. Like, for example, this one, I think it's pinkish on the inside, more or less. But this one's pretty clear because it's got the puzzle. Yep, no problem, Mama Bear. Thank you very much for coming by for all the time you had. I do appreciate it. And Zerk, if you're lurking, 5-minute warning, but I'm still up for 35 minutes. Oak. Yeah, this will just be green. Green grass of home. So I do need to put one of these in the corner. Because if I don't, then we're going to have just plain... I was going to stick with the brown, but if we're going to go with matching, then that means I don't need the pumpkins at all. Oh, that notion is frightening. And I guess birch would get yellow, maybe? I don't think we have a white light of sorts. But now I need to go shopping. Simply because I can't remember all the light colors. Everything that lights up. Squirrel. Total squirrel. And more squirrel. Oh. There we go. I can use, yeah. Okay. Like so squirrel. I have 3 of them? Since when did I have 3 of you guys around here? Huh. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I came up here and I forgot to bring the things I need to bring. Let's not get that bad. There's squirreling, but then there's... Let's do some things. We have some people in our community who appear to be far more off the narrow beaten path. And I would say sometimes they're a little more coordinated. What did I come up for? I left all the vines downstairs. Boo! Okay, well, that's what I get. Alright. Fine. And whether or not the one out here, the surrounding becomes pink, or whether it becomes orange, has to do with whether or not I can get one of those pink trees to ever grow indoors. And that I may have to, just for my sanity, pretend is science. I'm sure somebody could probably tell me, but I should probably just up and try it. I came down for a reason, didn't I? And I need to check the farms. Feet, right. Particularly the brown ones. Let's put the toolbox away, because that seems to not shift much. What I'm saying is somebody else probably already knows the answer, and I could also ask the bot, although that's not exactly what I intended. Okay, this one, I need the wallet, which needs to have this one go to Mama Bear, keep the Prismarine. I have more than 32 blocks. Okay, so we're making another stop at shopping. Mama Bear asked for Twisty Vine. trying to remember what else she asked for. I cannot remember at the moment, but I'm sure it was something important. If I was... yeah. Can't put an ally in the mailbox, as much as you would like. Or as much as I might like. Okay, we're going to have a reboot here, which would be a good chance to stretch your legs, fill up your drink, get off your seat so you can stretch your back, and then we will get right to it. I have frog lights. Okay, so I've got the yellow ones. Do not need to buy yellow. I don't believe I have sea lanterns hiding. They would have been in here because it seems to be the lighting corner. Chain is made of iron, so let's go put that in an iron box, just so that pretend things consolidate. Or not. Well then, seriously, lady. Alright, so yes, this is the lighting corner. 1, 2, 3. I had frog lights and I had jack-o'-lanterns. Let's move those. You want back to server list. Stretch. So, if Swanky's hanging out, which I doubt, but if he happened to be, then here's your reboot. Almost perfectly at the top of the hour, although from what I hear, things happen such that it's expected behavior at the moment for the reboots to slide themselves slightly later and later and later. So they get to be a little bit ridiculous, and then they get kicked by a mod, and off we go again. We wanted warped and crimson vines. I've got seeds on the other side. Let's just do this. That'll work. Close enough. We need things that light up. That's the key. And we're going to need diamonds. But these ones can go in there. Let's put away the dirt in my hand. And this box, just throw it in here for now. I can put away. I was doing the dirt thing. Throw the melons in with the dirt for now because they'll be border pieces. And I do have yellow frog lights, so I'll put those in. I don't need more than 64, which I really don't need that many. 38 ought to be plenty. So let's just swap this one. There we go. Okay. That away. The project piece. And put the excess other vines away. Did I not? Oh, right, they're in the mangrove box. Guess they could be... I guess I could equally put these in the jungle box. I have less pieces hanging around in the mangrove box. That's probably smart. Alright. I'm gonna pretend that I think, or that I actually know that's enough, maybe? We're going shopping. We're going to the mailbox. Why? Because that's what's on my mind at the moment. Box first. And more coffee while we're flying, just because it helps. The admission I have to make is I stayed up last night. Fox knew I was going to stay up till probably about 1:30 a.m. my time, which he was well gone to bed by that point. But I did probably about another hour after that, which is not smart. 2:30. Well, officially stayed up, I should say. Beyond that point, I dozed off. This chair, I was just leaning back waiting for something to happen. This chair was comfy enough that I fell asleep, which is not good because I was stiff. So by the time I actually came to bed, it was possibly very slightly past 6 a.m. in the morning. And then I just couldn't get to sleep after that. Like, I mean, well, I could, but I kept thinking about other things, and it was a really, really weird situation for me to be having quite that much active brain, even though I was trying to tell myself to shut up and go to sleep. Should not have to map these. This one and that one. That was for Mama Bear, and yeah, I can't think of anything else that's here. It wasn't a short chair sleep, like quite literally. I woke up, looked at my time, and went, "Oh boy, it's like 5:45. This is not good." So I went upstairs and started heading towards bed. I was a little disturbed though, because by the time I got up there, after dropping off glassware and such, in our kitchen, that I came upstairs nearly 6 o'clock and our son's light was already on. I mean, he's gonna be an early riser like his dad. Fantastic Sherlock Fox is not necessarily an early riser per se. I know he'd love to sleep in longer, but when he needs to get up at a particular time, whether he hits a snooze button or not, he can actually mentally wake himself up like an alarm, usually ahead of his alarm, and then just sort of lounge in bed until... Ooh, yep, I like that. And then just lounge in bed until his alarm actually goes off. But occasionally I've seen him turn it off in advance, and that doesn't really matter what time it is. Like, it's even worse for him when he's dealing with travel, where the rare time where he actually had to deal with business travel. 32 blocks, okay, and take 1 diamond. Right? Yes. Okay. So sometimes in business travel, he's even actually had the quote-unquote opportunity to travel at, like, where he had to leave the house just shortly before 4 in the morning to catch his flight on time. UCD Industries Instacart. Ooh. I love this idea. I mean, just using the thing. That's convenient. Okay, okay, I was here for... What the? Right, what? That's cool. Yeah. Okay, so we've got things that light up, right? Just generically. Oh, it's gonna be nighttime. That's even more convenient. I love the way this lighting looks. So yes, that will work well around the warped, I think, because of the sort of aqua-ish accents. We don't. It'd be nice if we had a version where it's similar texture to the frog lights, or the frog lights would look like this, but neither is the case unless I add a texture pack. I don't recall sleeping properly on the last round. That's fine. Let's just... No sky rats for me. Oops. Well, you know, I'm close enough that should I do something stupid, I can come back really quickly. Okay, so let's go back over here. All frog lights 1 diamond per stack from the hot potato shop. Purple. Ooh. What did I say I wanted to go with? I can't remember. Not the point. No, this is not burning a hole in my pocket. She says. Yeah. Let's not take the blocks, because if I take the blocks, I will be in bigger trouble. Alright. I've got yellow. I need green. Or pinkish, I guess that'll work. And okay, that glows. We're good, right? Great. Okay. Let's see. I was fairly certain there was someone who was selling frog lights, but I cannot, off the top of my bean, remember where. Sec. I have a partial file underway. That is like a spreadsheet telling me where things are, but it's very much out of date. I mean, it's not missing, well, okay, it's missing things, it's not adding things. Where did I put? Oh, great. Never mind. I was going to dig it up, but I stored it in my Google Drive, which at the moment is shut down because after making a tweak to my mods, I wasn't sure how it was going to work. And whether or not even that little bit of resources was going to cause a problem. Okay. Oh, the iron from the pink Cadillac. Well, I mean, I guess Cadillacs can be seen as big iron vehicles. Okay, this is all warped coloring, which doesn't bode well. But it seems to be sea-related stuff. Ish. Fish. Okay. That's not. Hello. What did they name you anyways? Bird? Bird, 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 bird is the word? I'm not seeing the name on you. You not named? How can you not be named? I think you've got to be named. God, 4 stacks of diamond. Nope, don't need it. Oh, Poseidon's breath. Okay. Part of Medusa. Nice. Gotta get out of here. So that wasn't helpful. Down here. Bargain basement. Okay. Yep. Work in progress. I love it. Bargain basement pricing. You've got golden carrots and so on and so forth. I didn't see this one. Upstairs. Oh, right. I did see that. Haunted by Tom. Okay, so I will have to sort out the rest of that later and or make a deal with someone who's got access for sea lanterns, because I don't believe that's something I've got, which means we've got, let's see, orange, pinky purple, green, yellow, I don't think redstone puts off any light. Oh, and I guess I could do a glowstone block. Very yellow. Not sure if I need something that yellow. Now, while we're here... Oh, that always creeps me out. Not touching that one. Ominous box. I've only popped one this season, so I think I'm okay. Yeah, huge quantities of excess? Maybe. But I've only got 16, as you can see in the corner, because I've been far too cautious. Okay. We talked about lighting a block of lighting. I'm sure I'll think of something else after I've left. Part of me says, you know, you should get whatever it is right now. Yeah, but just because I can doesn't mean I should, and I don't even know what I'm looking for. Never shop and buy stuff when you don't know what you're looking for. That's too easy. Mud? Mud. Huh. Carrots, blocks. Moss blocks. Don't have that, but I think I've got the seed. Blaze rods. End rods. Well, I mean, I can make those now. But still, it's 1-to-1, so same price from one or the other. 15 minutes? Perfect. Dripstone cactus, fried chicken. This is really interesting, because just like a 7-Eleven, you never know what's going to be where. And it's always in a system that doesn't seem to feel sorted. These potions. Cute. Those remind me of the freezers. I think that's the intent. Although fire resistance potions is funny. Temporary, you know, I don't... Minecraft, if you're going to do fire resistance potions, but you can also do fire resistance as an enchantment, I think it'd be fun if they had, like, easy access to temporary frost potions. I wouldn't always use it, but it would be kind of fun once in a blue moon to have one handy. You just throw it in a box or something, and then when you're like, oh crumb, I forgot my boat, but I don't really feel like flying there, then you can just pull out your frost potion and suck that down and then go for a run. What else am I missing? This is a board of jobs, right? Job board. Do help. Oh, right. I remember this. I remember this. Blocking a road in the district. The road that goes... What the? I don't think I've been down here before. Storage. Oh, I see. Sort of. I think this is like one of those self-storage locker businesses. Not entirely sure. Let's see what they say. Order book and details here. Showroom. Chests. 1 diamond for a 4 vertical slice selection. Selection? Huh. Oh, section. Read, Delenn, read. 1 diamond for 4. Yeah. And this one says... Item filter. 1 diamond for each vertical slice. Blink, blink, blink. Do this. Try the button. Multi-item sorter. Quote only. Huh? Oh, right. Depends on what you need to sort. Got it. Got it. That's a little different. Huh. What the? One sec. Okay, no, I just saw what I shouldn't see, but... Oh. Well. Would have seen that eventually, but that's kind of interesting placement. Okay, interesting. Pick a style, size or ask for a quote, on-site warranty. Now the question, while it's not super relevant to me at the moment, I mean this is kind of tempting, it's the one version, or the one question I have about these sorts of things is does it include figuring out compression? For everything reversible. Right? But then I have to be careful what I ask for in that sense. Not just that you just may get it. Oh boy. But also that that we have to care what you ask for. But also that, you know, we can make string into wool, but we can't go back the other way. So I have to be careful on that one. I was just about to say I'd be swimming in string, which makes no sense. Let's go home. I squirreled so much of the day away. The actual intent was quite literally to be placing blocks of dirt. So we may do some of that tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. Usually that's 3 hours. I don't know if I'm going to go the full 3. I always say that, and then I find a way to squirrel the full 3. But today I think I'm going to be kind. And not rewind. But to not extend crazy long today. Sometimes I get obsessed on an idea and must follow through. Okay, so we have green. Let's take this one down. That song is getting kind of creepy, so I think I'm going to just... Oh, never mind. I was going to skip it, and then it skipped itself. That's totally trippy, so I'm just going to skip it again. Thank you, Storybot. I'm loving you. Aha. Do I have the fortune? No more? No more. Alright. What did I just pick up? Yes, there is more. Alright. You don't get taller when you do that. Alright. Pink, where did you go? There we go. I see you, cat. Despawn. Perfect. Sort of. They despawn, except they don't. I'm gonna let it do its despawn thing. And we're gonna go pour a bunch of bone meal into this pink one and see if I can get it to go nicely inside. And that's probably all she wrote. Just get your own company plane. Sometimes it feels like his boss seems to think he could. Side. Project box. Oh, oops, that's not what I wanted. I wanted bone meal. Oh! I can't believe I've never done that before. Why are they making a ridiculous Captain Planet reference? Silly. That's silly. Alright. So. I just picked up the with our powers combined for all froglights in the inventory. Like, well, yeah. I have a feeling that's not an uncommon, it's not an uncommon achievement. Come on, game. Not that I expect uncommon ones. I don't actually expect any achievements. Songs about computers. I'll take computers / robots. Only because at the moment it makes me think of a kid's song called, I think it's actually called I Am the Computer Man. Makes me think of Oswin. If that is, we do end up keeping the pink tree inside, then I'm going to need to go and clean up the outside so that it doesn't have a whole ton of leaves kicking around. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Forgot about that one. Computer Nummer 3? 1, 2, 3. I can only get up to Fump. I don't remember what comes after that. Because I start at that point mixing it with my very vague recollection of Swedish. It will only get worse if I end up going to a what's the word? If I end up going to a scout event in Sweden in a couple of years. That'd be nice, but you know. I'm very confused by that Fantastic Sherlock box, but I'm going to pretend that it makes sense because that's odd. It sounds like something he's referring to the mailbox. You know, like when you get photos in your box, in your mailbox, and they're like, don't bend or fold or whatever. These photos in here. Okay, that. This one, most of the stuff up there is staying up there. Crimson's gonna stay outside even though it's pink. Really fit the color scheme, but that's okay. Can I pour a whole ton into this and actually have it do anything? My response is oh! Ooh! Ah! That's no go. Well, quite what I expected. Just needs a little trimming. I am very thankful it could not go through the glass because that would have been problems for our beacon. Cut back here so I can actually get across. Oops. Huh. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Warning on floppy disks. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. New recipes unlocked? Oh, mini block probably. Well, that looks cool enough that I will leave it here, but now I know I may have to protect the beacon beam a little bit better. Yeah. Alright. That's on here just in case. So we're just about to raid out. It is the top of the hour indeed. After all of that, who do I owe a visit to? Schedule says it's Wednesday. I don't. Alright. I am thinking aloud while I move. Just so you know. Okay, so then in that case, I don't think it'll make a difference, but... Oh, can I do... Does anybody know? Never mind. I was going to ask if the acacia does the 2x2, and I'm not sure I really want to know. The answer is probably yes, just because it wants to spite me. Which direction are we? North, east. Nope. It does not. Alrighty. That one go there. This one go there. We're gonna have way too many of those really fast. Alright, well, mangrove, that's the one I wanted. Right, might as well start there. I was thinking of this one and make this all green. I didn't bring the melons. Oh! Brainiac! This one. Neat. Willikers. Ah! Oh. You. This way. I'm hearing badoop. So there's a lot more stuff coming. And we get one of them done. So that this new concept actually looks half decent. There's a lot of chat going at me. Hopeful, well, not at me per se, in Discord. So I'm gonna probably pop over and read some of that and chill, yeah. See if I can figure out which end is up. Actually try to make a plan for tomorrow. Although I should probably also jump up and go start laundry while I think about it. Okay. That's not bad, actually. It's green and it's green and it's more green. But it kind of works. I think I like that better than putting the leaves all the way around the outside. Birch is going to be yellow something. I don't know what yet. And it might even be, I think glowstone's too yellow. This one, this one, this one, and that one. These will stay, because I know this will be very orangey. Or possibly gray. I don't think we have gray lights. Orange. 2, 3, 4. That's very brown. We don't have brown lights. Fusion. And that's tan brown. Kind of yellow lights for that one, but very like yellow. So not frog lights. Oak. Probably yellow, I think. Two, 3, 4, 5. Light yellow, maybe? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay. I need to stop messing around. There's too many options, too many possibilities, too many this, that, and the other things. So, after we didn't get anything done, well, I shouldn't say anything done. We didn't get the original plan started, because I was going to do placing dirt down here. We got some mucking around down on the roof. We have all the trees up here, that's the key. I think that was the original important part. My need to border them is a little bit obsessive. But we'll figure that one out. In the meantime, let's see who is raidable. Brush, please. Aha, okay. Oh, so Marble Jade is still doing her streamer birth-anniversary thing. It looks like it might be an all-week deal. Where are we here? So I think we're going to go to Maribel Jade. And yeah, she's appears to be working on, I don't know if it's truly Bedrock, but she's at least playing Minecraft. TB. Okay, yeah. So she's over there today. So we're going to raid over to our fine friend Jade. I want to say thank you to everybody who came on through. And you're very, very welcome, Mike. I really appreciate it. We didn't talk to the bot very much, so the bot will be back tomorrow. And we'll see. We'll let him just be until he causes a lot of problems before I tweak him again. But I may have to comment out some of the code we had last night, and we'll see if we can get him being a little noisier without being in our faces. That's the balance I'm striking here. So, in the meantime, I believe I should be back tomorrow, cross my fingers, and that everything works. What? Yesterday, too. I announced something, and he says, hot pink. Oh. No, he's not in a timeout, but yeah. So anyways, I should be back tomorrow at noon Eastern, I think. And in the meantime, I wish everybody a fantastic day, and let's get this raid over to Jade started. Come on, bot. Not that part of the bot, something else. There we go. It's always easier when I can use the quick button. Then I don't have to type.
Mischief managed.
Mischief. Squirreling managed, indeed. All right. So if you're the sort that likes emotes, there they are for you. If you're not, that's fine. Please do remember, if you can, when necessary, to give some feedback on what you think of what's going on in the stream. I'm particularly curious about what you think of the bot's noisiness in the last few days, or too quiet, whatever, as far as personality goes, or if we need different games or switching it up, because it feels like this place needs an overhaul, a refresh. So if you have any comments, suggestions, etc., feel free to drop them in there. Otherwise, I wish everybody a fantastic day, and if you were just hanging out and lurking, that was very much appreciated as well. We had a wonderful raid in from Tom and friends, and Tom is always a great streamer, so if you have not followed him, shame on you, and please go do that. We also had clue spending from our fine Creef, which is great, and our moderation team today was Fantastic Sherlock Fox and Mama Bear. We had conversation from Bobreen, Mike Burton, ITT Tom, Creef, Wolfen, and we are off to Maribel Jade. So, have yourselves a fantastic day. I shall see you on the flip side. Bye-bye for now.
Transfer complete.